Oh, I didn't even monetize this stream. I probably should go monetize this. Get my 50 cents I make off a stream. Let me go get my 50 cents. There we go. All right, just wait for a few people to get in here, and we will start the stream. Waiting for Eleanor. We got Ken, or we got Adam in the basement already. Just waiting on Ken to get here. It's I've been so busy this week that I didn't even make a thumbnail for this live stream. We was getting ready for we was getting ready for my uncle to come down from Ohio, so we've been cleaning up this property, cleaning up the house, trying to make it presentable. You know, like you always do when you have family from out of town comes in. So yeah. So tonight's topic is small engine. Wait, it is small engine Saturday, but it's trade schools. This is a discussion me and Ken. I didn't have none planned, and Ken messaged me and said we should talk about trade schools. I got mixed opinions. I have gone to a type of trade school. Um, so let me say hi to everybody in the chat here. We got Bocce, we got Redline Gary, we got Breezy, we got William, we got Mike Hodge, and we still don't got Ken in the basement. And we got Ronald. Hi, Ronald. I did buy something somewhat expensive that I would never usually buy. So I'll show y'all that as soon as we get everybody up on the panel. What's up, Rail? All right, Adam looks cold in the basement. He might be from the north, but it gets cold in the basement. What's up, Adam? We waited long enough for Ken, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you up and leave you. Oh, there we go. Look at him. Look at him. 3 minutes late. Look at him. Hi, Ken.
What's up, guys?
Only 3 minutes late.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was about late, too.
Oh, what a day.
Hi, Rail. Hi, Breezy.
So I guess we go to the part that we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm pretty sure everybody in here now knows y'all. I mean, we got Steven, Rel. I mean, I'm pretty sure all these people know you, but I'll let you do your hellos.
Who? Adam or me?
Either one of y'all. Whoever wants to go first.
I'm Ken with Eleanor Rides. We do mainly mini bikes, go-karts, small engine stuff. But every once in a while, we like to dabble into full-size vehicles. We are rebuilding a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse, which those videos will start out soon. And basically, yeah, we enjoy anything with wheels. So.
I'm waiting for Adam's just hello thing he does. His intros and his outros. They're the best. Keep it short and sweet.
I do shop videos, just day in the life of a small machine shop. Work on pretty much anything that comes in through the door. Do a lot of machinery repairs, stuff like that.
All right, guys. Well, that's the intro. How's y'all's week going? Y'all worked on anything cool or got anything cool in?
All I did was some riding. I took that Axis mini bike out and rode the crap out of it and tested out that new GoPro. And then I helped a buddy set up a YouTube channel. He bought a Indian bobber. So I kind of helped him out a little bit and just kind of showed him what YouTube actually is. So that's about it for me.
What about you, Adam?
I think Adam froze. Who's in the chat? Steven, what's going on? Theo, U-Haul Smithtown, Bocce, William, Redline Gary, Breezy, Bama, Mike Hodge. Good evening, everybody. Rail 9222. Good evening. And anybody else that may have missed, I'm sorry. Good evening, guys and girls. Twisted V Twin, welcome, sir.
What's up, Mark? I went and looked. He wasn't live today, it looked like.
Yeah, I saw that. I got a notification while I was eating dinner at Olive Garden. And I was like, wait a second, is this the wrong time of the day? Normally it goes in the mornings.
It's like it's unwatchable. Lagging. Let me just try on the phone.
Adam's turning into a robot. Put him down to the basement for a second, or he'll get it fixed because he's froze. I guess I will talk about my week since we're Adam's having a little bit of technical difficulties. I've been doing nothing but playing around with a 3D printer. I mean, I did some jobs, but mostly playing around with the 3D printer this week. I made these organizers for my ratchets with the 3D
Sorry
printer.
to hear that, Mark.
Well, Mark, I went back and I looked, and your live stream wasn't on your thing. I was going to look for it.
I was using my laptop and it was being poopy. Hold on a second.
You froze there for a second. I was about to tell you to turn the heater on.
We just went out and bought another space heater tonight.
So I did buy something expensive for Midwest Tools. It hurt me a little bit, but now I can be with I can hang with the cool kids. I bought a Snap-on 1/4-inch flex head Snap-on ratchet.
I've seen that. How do you like it?
I haven't got to use it yet. It just came in, but the gearing feels good. I took a lot of smack from our family for spending $100 on a ratchet.
Oh, I'm sure.
I took a lot of smack, but it's okay. I like it. It's mine.
It's an investment.
It's a very good investment. I told them all about their bad investments in that house. Actually, I own a few Snap-on stuff, but I've still never been on a Snap-on truck or a full truck.
I don't think I've ever even seen a Snap-on truck, let alone been on one.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for stopping by.
I'll tell you what, you got me real good with that whole someone stole my lift table. I literally woke up to that and was like, oh crap, are you serious? Start watching the video.
I mean, they would have to be some pretty good thieves because there's always someone here. But just steal that from out of here. I wonder how many people think I'm still in the house green screen right now. Well, guys, I'm actually in the shop tonight. I can actually open the doors. All right, that's what I did this week. Adam?
You guys hear me now?
Can barely hear you.
Yeah, Gary, I clickbaited everybody. You got to do it every now and then. Get people felt with their.
I got a new camera. It's a Sony. It's like their GoPro version. It's a FDR-X3000. Shoots 4K.
That's pretty neat, actually.
I got it for free.
Price-wise?
I got it for free, so I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
cool.
And I mean, it came with all the accessories and stuff too. So the guy that I helped set up a YouTube channel with, I guess his work was going to throw him away. they buy new cameras every year, and they were just going to throw them away. So this one has never actually been used. So he gave it to me for helping him out.
What's up, Fish?
But yeah, other than that, I had this garage reorganized some, and then we put the dog's kennel out here, so now I'm reorganizing it. But probably Tuesday, I'm actually going to tear into that Baja Warrior and rip that motor out of the frame and then swap out the carburetor. I thought I had some other stuff for it too, but it was the clutch. That's what it was. So I'm going to hopefully get that one back up and running.
This first thing before.
And Adam's still froze. He's really got it. Oh, wait, no, maybe not. I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Okay.
That's not a bad thing, Shaggy. That's a compliment for Brandon.
I had to shave my head. It was getting too long.
What's up, Jude?
Hey, Jude. Good every time you see Jude.
Thank you.
Theo, how do you like Adam? How do you like dial up?
I hate computers and everything about them. I hate it. It's stupid and I hate it.
My intro to computer class, I am cheating like a mofo in there. Literally, I've got my wife's laptop and my laptop up. The test question will pop up, and then I'll Google it on her laptop so it doesn't associate the two, because I don't know if they can figure that out or not. And then I'll answer, and that's how I'm passing that class.
I was waiting for someone to talk smack when I posted the Snap-on picture on Instagram, because next to Snap-on was the icon. So I was waiting for someone to talk smack. Anyway, Adam, how was your week? Do anything cool this week?
Oh, just stuff in the shop. Got most of the shop clean. Had a couple commercial mowers show up. Had the power company come out to see about getting true proper 3-phase in here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So, because I guess it's just in the yard behind me, enough for the power I want.
I can't wait to be in a shop where I can have 220.
Same here. I asked the owners if we could put it in the garage, and they said no. There's no need for it, because I'm not supposed to be doing anything out here.
Yeah. Well, the place
just open your panel and run 2 wires out of a breaker.
Yeah, there you go. The place we're looking at is not far from here, so until I get a shop built, I might just take this shop. If we end up getting that place, I can just pay and get this shop moved over there and use this little shop and just have it hardwire until I can get a big shop built.
No country mile shouldn't be too bad. The pedestal base is only 20 feet from my shop. Of course, they're asking a lot of questions about why I want 3-phase in a residential house.
Because this is America, and we can. That's all you got to say to them.
Yeah, they're saying stuff about they don't residential stuff's not designed for more than 5 horsepower motors. Like, oh no, I don't got anything bigger than that.
What are we talking about tonight?
All right, I guess we should talk about what we should be talking about. We are talking about trade schools.
Perfect, because I'm going to be doing that very soon once I'm done with this nonsense that they lied to me about having to have.
Use this glass and box it right here. I'll put it right over here because it is better.
So I
Two lots and
guess
boxes right over here.
Right close to the wall.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wait.
What's everybody's thoughts on trade schools? I have personally done the online trade school for small engine repair. Penn Foster. Didn't really learn a whole lot that I didn't already know. But people like pieces of paper. People like to see a piece of paper, so I did do that. I do have some Briggs and Stratton certs, and that's about as far as I went with trade schools.
I personally am all for it. So I've welded before. If anybody of you seen my Patriot build videos, you saw some of my welding. Not the greatest, but I mean, you saw my 230-pound fat butt standing on top of the frame, bouncing and jumping up and down on it. So the welds hold. Could I probably go get a job as a welder someplace? I might be able to fake it till I made it. But I think for me personally, I like the idea of trade schools because it gives me that satisfaction of knowing that not only did I complete something, but I do have that piece of paper that I can show somebody, at the end of the day, yes, I have gone through some sort of formal training.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and that's one of the one things, like, when I did Penn Foster, is like, a lot of that stuff I already knew is basic theory of 4-stroke and 2-strokes. But people seeing that piece of paper actually landed me jobs because people likes to know you've got some kind of training, even though I didn't learn as much from there. But I did complete it. I did get my cert from my certificate from there. And people do learn.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with if I'm taking my Husqvarna riding lawnmower to a small engine repair shop, I don't have an issue with a self-taught mechanic or technician or whatever we want to call them to not offend people these days. But, knowing that they've been through some sort of a formal Husqvarna training just is kind of like the icing on the cake for me.
Theo says, well, and Theo, it's one of those things also, like, just because you're book smart and you pass the test don't mean you're actually good at the job. Because I've seen a lot of people with fancy college degrees and stuff that didn't have no common sense in real life.
Absolutely. You should have met some of the officers I worked for in the Marine Corps. Book smart is all like brainiac. But you ask them literally a simple question of, how do you change a tire? And they're like, well, I don't know how. You're right, 100% right, Brandon. You can be book smart, but not know a lick of nothing when it comes to common sense. They're street smarts.
Yeah, that's why I have a brother-in-law, and he had 2 degrees before he went into the military, but he didn't want to go into officer school right away. He wanted to do a few years enlisted because he feels like he would have more respect if they know that he was enlisted for a while.
Yeah, so he was a Mustang then. But no, and Stephen W. Doolittle brings up a good point. There are a lot of people who learn from hands-on, not books like myself.
Yep.
You're 100% right, Stephen, and I'm one of those people. So I know once it actually comes time to do the welding school, I'm going to drive my teacher berserk because I'm going to literally be in his or her area and face and be like, look, this is what I'm doing. Is this right? Is this okay? Is it that? Because I want that hands-on experience as well. But the hands-on experience I think he's talking about is like a self-taught or an apprentice type program,
Well,
which,
yeah.
I don't have an issue with those either. Apples to oranges, they're both fruit.
It's hard to find shops anymore. This was actually I think we talked about it on Huge Stream. It's hard to find shops these days that are willing to do apprentice anymore. So that's hard to do it that way anymore.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you guys. So I go to college classes Monday from 9 to 2, Wednesday from 10 to 2, and then Friday from 10 to 1. So the rest of the week, I'm literally losing my mind sitting at home doing nothing. There's 2 small engine repair shops right around me. And I went in and said, hey guys, look, I will literally, excuse my language, but be your shop bitch. You tell me to go grab this, I will go grab that. I just want something to do. And they're like, no, it's a liability. We can't have it.
Yeah, see. And that's what it is. Well, we are in a sue happy world. Everybody just, they want money for free, so they're just willing to sue you for everything. So you always got to be walking on needles anymore, especially when running a business. Yeah. It's your livelihood, and one wrong move, you can lose it all. So I can understand that point too. So I did do the school, but I had like 3 or 4 years experience in small engine repair before that. Most stuff that I've learned, like welding, I've had mentors over the years teach me a few things, but most of it I've learned myself. Same with this lathe, and pretty much everything else I've done. Really about you, yeah. You're Sue, you're happy. You're Sue happy. So a lot of the stuff I do, but I don't mind taking classes. I'm actually thinking about taking a CAD class where I've been doing 3D printing. There's some CAD classes that ain't too pricey, and I thought about taking them to learn more about CAD, which would help me in the future.
I'm the same way, Steven. I've got to read something a couple of times, and then, like, if I'm reading an instruction manual on how to adjust the valves on a Predator motor, I've got to read it a time or two, and then I've got to do it and resort back to that reading material as I'm doing it. And then once I do it a time or two, then I've got it down.
Yeah. See, my problem with schooling and stuff was with the math. Like, I can do math problems if I can see the problem, but when they do these worded problems, I can never. Those just always flip my mind.
Yep. I'm taking an English 002 class. So when I signed up for the community college program to go to the welding school, they're like, you've got to take public speaking, and then an English class as prerequisites. So when I hear prerequisites, I think that I have to take that beforehand. So I opted to start the welding class in August of this year so I could take those prerequisites. No, the public speaking and the English is actually built into the welding program. Your first hour for certain semesters are those two classes, and then you go into the welding for the rest of the day. So I had no idea. They juked me into it. I completely forgot where I was going with that train of thought. I don't remember.
Breezy, I never been to jail. Ask LNR. He's seen my record.
No, he's
So here's the thing, and I've said this even in my how-to videos. YouTube could be good, and it also could be bad. There's a lot of misinformation on YouTube. So when I do a video on something, a how-to, I recommend reading manuals. The manual, I often will give the manual in the description, and watch other videos and do their own research before actually doing it.
So, Bocce, you just reminded me of where I was going with that. So, I've been out. I graduated 2002. My GPA was not the greatest in high school because I was a young kid and I only cared about chasing after one thing, and it wasn't grades and a GPA. So, because of that, when I took this online testing at the community college for the placement, they're like, oh, you've got to go into this English class before you can take a regular English class. It's literally an English class for dummies, like literally illiterate people or people who are learning English as a second language. So I'm sitting in this class and I've got a 98 in it. I'm already 2 weeks ahead of it. And my teacher looks at me and she goes, why are you in this class? I was like, because of your stupid rules. Because I couldn't pass an online question of all sorts of nonsense. And it kind of tied into what you were saying. So that's where I was going with that.
We got Robert Garage in the house. We got Tom Dobie in the house. What's up,
going
guys?
on, Tom Robert? What did oh Lord, what did Redline Gary say? Giddy.
So Adam, I know you do a lot of welding and machining, and you've done a lot of different stuff. Have you had any formal training?
No, I'm entirely self-taught. But especially for the machining stuff, I would recommend going to a trade school because the jobs I do have become so focused. I wouldn't call myself like a general machinist. I can turn stuff, make stuff flat, all that. But I'm so specialized between hydraulics and pumps and everything that someone getting a broader education would probably do better in a shop, in a someone else's shop than I would.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of the field welders out here there's calls for helpers and stuff. And all the local welding supply shops have classes. I don't know I think it's just through them. I don't know if it's through like a college or anything.
Yeah, that's actually one good way other than going into trade school and to get into welding as a welder helper.
So how long have you been actually machining, like as a business, Adam, or that's your source of income?
Well, it's my side gig, but probably 12 years.
So you've got some time and experience. Did you just buy the machinery and then just start playing with it? Or did you have somebody experience show you kind of like an apprenticeship?
I bought it and watched really old film reels from like the 40s on those old instructional videos,
Mm-hmm.
and just went from there.
Okay. So
But
you're
doing it
100%
this way,
self-taught.
yeah. And I've broken a lot of cutters, wasted a lot of metal to get where I'm at. Far
I do
less
that
than
all the
someone
time.
a training would.
In fact, I think the cutter that's in here right now is broken. Yeah, it is. I broke the tip on it.
In my
So
early
then,
days, I
all in all, you would
damaged a
you
lot
would
of
suggest going
machines.
to a trade school too.
Yeah, it does. It gives you a good general base of the field. Like if you were to go work as a welder's helper and he's just a pipeline welder, you're going to learn pipeline welding. Pretty, specific stuff specific to that. Go to a trade school for welding stuff, you're going to learn all kind, flat work, all the code, certification stuff. Same with machining. You're going to be taught on more machines than just the ones you happen to have in your shop for the jobs that you do. So it gives you a nice broad, entry into that field where you learn, a lot about it, part of it, instead of hyper focusing on one or two things.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it too, because I've been watching a lot of job postings on ZipRecruiter and Indeed and some of the other local means in this area for welders, and I see a lot of specific type postings. So one will be for a TIG welder only, and then one will be some sort of pipeline type deal. So having that general knowledge and then kind of going into something specific, I kind of like that idea better. Like for me personally, my goal is to do a lot of the TIG welding with stainless steel because you can't spit out the car window and not hit a boat dealership around here on the coast. There's so many boats and stuff like that that have stainless steel on them and aluminum, to where
Yep.
that's going to be a key thing to kind of key in and hone in on. As far as a 100% self-taught to an apprenticeship program, if somebody goes to like a legitimate Honda dealership and does an apprenticeship program with them, like a 2-year apprenticeship program, and learns how to fix like the Honda CBRs or the four-wheelers and stuff like that, that I'm okay with because they're most likely being taught by somebody that has a background from a Honda school. But there's just in today's day and age, everybody's a jack of all trade. I see it all the time on Facebook Marketplace. People posting stuff to do this or do that mechanical wise, and I look at their stuff and I'm like, dude, you're literally putting your business out on this picture, and the post below it is of you smoking some of that wacky green stuff, and it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
That's where I have an issue with stuff like that. And I mean, you want to do that, whatever, as long as it doesn't affect my family and I don't care.
I have customers come in here sometime and they look like when they open their doors, it looks like Cheech and Chong's vehicle, just smoke rolls out.
And I'm not in law enforcement anymore, so that's not my business anymore. But if you're gonna do something, and if you're gonna be self-taught, I feel as if you really need to evaluate how you want to conduct your business and then put it out there in a more professional manner.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's just some things where like CP says it all the time. He can literally go any place he wants to do work because of how good he is and the lack of other people in that field. He can go someplace and charge twice the amount. There's going to be situations where people just come to you and say, look, I'm desperate. I will give you my unborn kids. Here you go. I need this fixed. But that may not always be the case.
And the thing about being self-taught especially early on, very early on, especially with welding, you have to be able to turn down jobs that you aren't 100% comfortable doing.
Yes.
If someone brings you their tractor or their trailer and they want a hitch welded on or a spring hanger, and you've been welding for 7, 8 months, you got to weigh that stuff when you're first learning self-taught.
Yep, absolutely. Don't take on too big of a job.
I always pride myself. Sometimes my welds don't look pretty, but they're very, very strong welds. My welds always held, but I welded a lot of personal projects way before I started welding for customers.
Yeah.
2 years is a long time to be at minimum wage. What did I miss about minimum wage?
Can't remember.
Stick weld all the way, Gary. Stick is the way.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My oldest, Damien, he absolutely loves stick welding. So we're fortunate. Our high school still has a welding class, a shop class, and they also have a marine mechanics shop. So they learn to work on some of the older two strokes and some of the, I don't know if they have any four strokes or not, but mainly older, like two stroke Johnson boat motors. And he has taken the welding class twice now, and he wanted to take it a third time, but we're like, no, you can't, dude. You've got to take some other classes so you can graduate on time. He's like, man, this sucks. I just want to stick weld, which is a good thing. And that was one of the deciding factors for me to leave a set income with benefits, retirement. I was working my way up the ladder as supervisor. I was due for another promotion, another pay raise. They were going to send me to a bunch of schools to learn some stuff with the sheriff's office. And I'm like, I've always pushed trade schools over college. And when I saw how much he likes with the welding and stuff like that, I was like, look, you know what? It's time. I'm going to do it. So I resigned, and trying to lead by example and show him, look, if I can do this, then you can definitely do it, especially if you're that passionate about it. I mean, he could easily put a stick welder with a generator in the back of my truck and go around to some of the hunting clubs and grind down the paint and then re-weld their gates for them, and I don't know. I really like the idea of a trade school.
Yeah. Hey, that's $125 an hour here for that kind of work.
Really?
Yeah. If you do it as a business and you're not working for someone, it's $125 an hour labor.
Bocce and Gary going at it again.
Yep. Industrial welder. I bet so, Ronald.
And I'm not worried about finding a job welding around here, because the program that I'm taking is actually, they've got two programs that they offer. They've got a 4-month program that's just cut and dry, straight to the welding. And then they've got the year-long program, and that's the one that I'm taking. I'm taking it for two reasons. One, because then I'll be able to finish off my GI Bill, and I'll still be able to get paid from the Marine Corps for it. And then the second reason is because it's in conjunction with the steel company that's 10 minutes down the road from my house. And they're constantly hiring welders. Every 6 to 8 months, I see a sign outside saying welders needed. So I'm hoping to get in good with them and then start working with them for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years. And then once we buy a new house, actually build and design a shop for it to where I can start transitioning into doing it for myself.
Yeah. William has a question for me. It was okay, William. It's just basic theory of 4-stroke and 2-stroke theory. Honestly, I learned more from the Briggs and Stratton Power Portal when I started taking my certs for Briggs and Stratton. That's the only certs I have because Kohler and all the other companies require you to have a dealership or work for a dealership to get certs with them. So that's the only certs I have in small engine repair.
And I looked into that Penn Foster College, doing the small engine stuff because, I mean, they send emails all the time saying it's half off now and this and
You
that.
start for $1.
But yeah, but you don't get it's not VA GI Bill benefit wise,
Yeah.
so that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, I paid $50 a month for about a year.
Yep. And the thing that I really liked about it is there was no timeline. Like if you finished the entire thing in a week, you finished in a week, or if it took you a year and a half, it took you a year and a half.
Yeah, I do like that. Honestly, I'm gonna do. I'm still thinking about changing careers wise. I'm gonna keep. I think I want to keep small engine as a business or as a side business, kind of like Adam does with machine shop and small engine repair, and actually go and find a different kind of something different. How does a person get? So, William, you have to go work at a dealership to get certified for those companies.
Oh, Breezy just made me choke. He told Bocce that her halo keeps hitting her horns.
So I've been thinking about that. I don't know what I'm going to go into. I'm actually looking into the idea of working for someone else. But I reply. So here's my problem, guys. And here's the problem being so young when I started doing this stuff and always working for myself. Even though I have references, I had no other job experience to put down on my application. So everybody was looking over me. But if they would have called my references, they would have seen that I've been doing this for years and I have very good, highly recommended, references, but they won't. So it kind of hurts me trying to go into the work world, working for someone else. But I kind of want to because of the tax thing. The tax stuff kind of confuses me running a business. It's always been my most stressed thing I've ever had to deal with. And it's getting worse because of new laws and stuff. So I want to go to work for someone else maybe and do. I don't know if I want to repair other people's equipment, but I might do equipment repair, buy equipment, sell it, fix it up and sell it, and maybe even bigger equipment because a lot of these small engine channels they'll do like push mowers and stuff. I'm bored with push mowers. I started out, I did my share of push mowers. I like bigger lawn equipment. I like the big zero turns and stuff. That's what makes my bread and butter. I'm bored with push mowers. You work on one push mower, you worked on all push mowers. It's very boring. There's nothing special about working on a push mower. Kind of like this. On a weed eater, it's actually very boring if you work on them. So,
Steven asked you a question. He said, "What do you want to do, Brandon?"
I think I want to stay in the mechanical fields, but I don't know if I can. So I don't know. Maybe I don't even know. I applied for that steel dealership. They told me no, thank you. I didn't have enough work experience on my list, even though I've ran my own business for a while. So honestly, I don't know what I want to do.
Next time, give them my number, and I'll say you worked for me for 20 years and you were my best employee. And there we go.
Right?
Yeah.
And you went to work when you was 9 years old? Yep.
Look, I had him in the back of my sweatshop since he was a little youngin', and he did great work.
So what it's about to be like with the 3D printing stuff, I'm about to have teach my nephews how to do. That's why I hear Gary. It's all about the word and how you put that stuff. stuff.
It really is, man. And that's one thing that I've been fortunate. When it comes to sitting down and typing a letter to send off to something, I am very good at it. My wife has come to me multiple times. The baseball league comes to me and says, "Look, this is what we want to get. These are the points we want to get. Put it into your words." And I'll sit there and I'll spend half hour, 45 minutes typing and deleting to just find the perfect word tunage. And Gary's 100% right. It's all in the details and the wording.
Yep. Take your resume, put a paper clip, put $100 bill behind on the paper, and there you go.
Yeah. Renegade asked me what kind of pay I need. Honestly, Renegade, I'm not looking for a whole lot of pay. I'm more looking at it as a thing. Maybe if I had like a regular job with a regular W-2, maybe I can, all this other self-employment stuff, I can just kind of mix in and maybe it'll make it easier. Because everybody I know that's self-employed these days has a normal job too. Not many people that self-employed.
Oh, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. So.
Like the HVAC guys that came
Cost
out
of
and
living
replaced.
high there where you're at?
It's getting high. Like, we get all these people from California coming in here, and a house in my area is around $300,000. These apartments next door to me is between $1,500 and $2,000 a month rent. It's getting to be like mini California.
Yeah.
It's like that right here too, man. I'll be honest with you. This is a 3-bedroom house with a bonus room, and we pay $1,800 a month in rent. And that's
wow
on the lower side of rent prices. We
They
got
want
lucky.
$1,000 a month for a trailer in a trailer park down the road here.
Yeah.
In a trailer park.
Yep. And I told him I was talking. So I was talking with a buddy of mine. I used to go out to his shop in Beulahville, where you see some of my older videos where there's a 2 roll-up bay garage type deal. His pull behind 5th wheel trailer camper is still here in North Carolina. He lives down in Louisiana, and he pays like I want to say about $120 a month to store it. And I was thinking about it. I was like, we paid for 2 nights for an Airbnb $420. I was looking at the lot rents for the camper areas along the beach over here. They're only $300 to $450 a month. But if you rent that out during peak tourist time for like $150 to $175 a night, and people will pay it. They will pay it in this area to be able to stay in a park next to the beach. He would make bank off from that. And I told him, I said, look, I'll help maintain it, and I'll do the cleaning and stuff like that. Just cut me into the profit some. He's like, okay. So we may be venturing into the Airbnb business now.
Yeah. We found some properties cheap that's in our price range to buy, and we're working on buying. I guess why they're cheap is because where they're located. They're in the same town as SpaceX, so all those rockets and stuff. Hey, but I grew up here in Killeen by Fort Hood, and I've heard artillery all my life.
Same here.
They don't bug me. I actually can't sleep without the noise anymore.
And see, for me, so my dad did 21 years in the Marine Corps. I was literally born on Camp Pendleton in California, and I moved around my entire life. Then I did 8 years in the Marine Corps. I still live literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Marine Corps base. To not hear an Osprey or a CH-53 helicopter fly overhead for a couple of days, I'm like, what's going on? Where did everybody go? Did they deploy them again? So you're right. It's natural to me as well.
Yeah. I like people that's never been here before and they come here and they're worried about the noise, what the noise come from.
Mm-hmm.
What's really scary for people that's never been here before, I live close to the airfield, and those big old cargo planes from the military. It looks like
Mhm.
they're about to touch the house when you come over, and they're extremely loud.
Yep.
But I'm looking into it. I don't know. I worry about the tax stuff. Things like that's getting worse. It's getting harder to used to be able to do a little bit of side cash too on the side, but now it's getting harder to do that too. So they're really making it hard on people. What's up, 710?
Rigged. But yeah, no, that I was gonna say something about that side work stuff. So when they came out to replace the AC unit and heating unit here at the house, um, the guys were telling me, that the main paycheck, that's their tax purpose, and that's what they bring home as their I guess it's paper wise their job. But he said that the side work that he makes doing heating and air conditioning stuff, he gets a lot more money than what he does as a technician for a company.
It's just now you have to take straight cash. You can't even take no other kind of form because
Mhm.
they're reporting everything.
Yep.
See,
But
Roger here, Fort Hood from time to time too, where he is.
you know, side work's not a bad deal.
Yeah, everybody's got to. A lot of the reason we did side hustle is my brother-in-law pays a lot in child support, so his survival is side work. Like
Yeah.
that's how he survives.
I pay $625 a month for one kid in child support.
He pays almost 2,000. He has 3 kids up in Illinois, in Chicago, and they tried to hurt him all the time.
Mm.
I pay $800 for 4, but thankfully, me and my ex get along really well.
Yeah, there you go.
See, mine and I, we do now. There were some rocky roads and some rough times, but especially now that my daughter is getting older and is starting to ask questions and realize and speak up for herself, my ex-wife has calmed down a lot because she knows it's going to hit her hard here in the very near future. Wow, Bocce, that's horrible.
Yeah. My niece, one of my niece's father hasn't paid child support in years. He's like $100,000 in debt for child support, and he just keeps skipping states.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, you around here by Camp Lejeune, if you get like a month or two behind on child support, there's a warrant out for your arrest. There was lots of times when I was working at the jail, the people would come in and I'd be booking them in. What's your charge? Lack of child support. How much do you owe? $250. I'm just like, are you serious right now?
Hey,
Yeah.
there's those tip job places where you can make a quick $250.
Dude, there's the bioplasma place where you can donate plasma and get $75 each time. There's no reason for it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a completely different subject for a different time.
Really,
But yeah.
Bocce, that's really
Oh, yeah.
that really sucks on that one.
So I think I like the idea of a trade school, an actual trade school to where you get that certificate, or doing a legitimate apprenticeship program under somebody who is authorized to give you a certificate, so to say.
Yeah.
710 said I'd
Apprenticeships
probably
are
come out
awesome.
cheap.
That's a very good way to go.
Yeah. The hands
Again, as long as they're not hyper
Mhm.
specialized on one specific
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, and we go back to the subject where if more companies would do apprenticeships, but again, the liability issue right now, and everybody's too happy. Everybody wants something for nothing.
Oh, well, I mean, even trained individuals who do something stupid. I don't. We'll just throw a stupid example out there, but it's not out of the realm of anything. They get a new coffee pot and they burn themselves on it. It's a freaking coffee pot. You know the coffee's going to be hot, but they'll still try to sue their boss over it.
Right? Heck, I burn myself all the time. I don't like my fingertips. I don't have feeling in my fingertips no more. Yeah, it's something. I like the ideas of trade school. The one good thing about trade school, when you can't get apprenticeships, is those trade schools will often help you get apprenticeships. But you still are required to usually take so much apprenticeship too. So there is the good part about
the
that.
wealthy ones around here too.
I've actually been toying around the idea. The new O'Reilly's in my area, it's maybe 5 minutes down the road from the house. They're hiring part-time people. I may apply there just to have something to do on a Tuesday and Thursday, maybe for a couple hours in the afternoon on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Because I'm telling you, I'm getting burnt out of just sitting here at the house doing nothing.
I put Theo asked, Randy, you got to sue your boss. I was like, my boss is broke, Theo. He bought a Snap-on ratchet. I don't even have $1 to my name, I don't think.
BW, exactly. That's what I keep telling both of my kids. Well, all three of my kids. So when I look at my three kids, the oldest, Damien, trade school all the way. 100%. I know that's probably what he's going to end up doing. Whether it's for the stick welding or I don't know, small engine repair, whatever it is, kid's going to go to a trade school. When I look at my middle kid, he's going to either go to jail or in the military. There's no other question. That's where Trent's going. And as far as my daughter, she, I think, is going to be the 2 to 4 year college kid.
Hi, Theo.
Take care, Theo. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Asked if I thought about, we have done lawn care. It's hard to compete with those people that walk around with a push mower and say they'll mow your whole yard for $25.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with those guys.
And it's all over the place here, too.
Yep. Like everybody with the push mower thinks they can run a lawn care service.
Yeah. So at my old house, the next door neighbor, she paid somebody to cut her lawn. Over the 2 years, I saw the guy go from a small push mower to a bigger, better looking push mower to a riding mower to a zero turn mower. And I think he's still stuck though. Even though he's got a zero turn, he's still getting paid push mower $25, $35 to mow a yard.
And then when you get in that summer heat and you're mowing yards for $25, it's not even worth it. Not even worth it. Especially when some of these people have like quarter-acre lots or half-acre lots and want to pay $25 for a half-acre lot. That's overgrown. Let's always face it. Most people call when their lawn's this high and the city's getting onto them.
But you make a YouTube video of it and you're going to get paid.
I'm telling you, I'm going to start a whole new channel.
I'm right there with you, Gary. My middle is just like your youngest.
William, but you can't compete with them for $25. I like, you can't compete with those prices when there's a many people out there with $25.
Yep.
I have to have a minimum of $50 to even touch a yard.
And that's just to cover the fuel cost.
Yeah.
That's not to take into consideration belts and blades and stuff like that on the mower, oil changes and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheap crews around here, but you only see them for a year or two. Then,
Yeah.
and there'll be 3 guys in a truck, and they'll all jump out and grab 3 push mowers, and they'll mow a quarter-acre lot for $20.
So I'm just looking at Facebook Marketplace. $40 $40 to mow, weed whack, rake leaves, remove bushes and shrubs, lay mulch, seed, and just about everything else yard related.
I dancing alone. Hi, bocce, or not bocce, but bocce yard been here. And Roger said my yard is, yeah, your yard is with a lot of trees. Hey Roger, did you see that other? Did you see that other that Toro mower for sale in Liberty Hill today for $300? They said it didn't run.
Hey y'all, real quick, like if you haven't done so, smash that like button for us.
Yes.
Let's get into the Marine Jungle. This is all about animals or defying anyone and everyone with an attitude. $40 every other month. Wow. But I'm glad to see it's a 14-year-old out there doing it, making money.
Let me see if I can find it, Roger. I'll get my brother-in-law to send it to me, and I'll send it to you Facebook Messenger. I would have probably bought it, but I'm broke.
Let me make sure I didn't miss anything.
There could have probably been something I could flip, but it's a hard time of year.
William, I've never heard of that channel before.
I haven't
Mike
either.
Andays on YouTube.
So I worked on a Skag version of the Toro Turf Master the other day. A lot better built.
I love Skag mowers.
Yeah, I don't like those style mowers. Like, I don't understand why you put money in for a mower that you still have to act like a push mower. I like to use the handles, the independent steering, but some people don't understand how to use those.
Yeah. Yeah, there's over probably 70% of the mowers I work on here.
My customers don't have
is real big.
those.
I mostly just work on commercials. I rarely get riding mowers and stuff anymore. It's all ZT.
Yeah, I haven't worked on many riding mowers. I got one in right now. I'm pretty sure it's either the valves or the auto compression. The ACR.
Big single cylinder Briggs engines.
Yeah, one of those Briggs engines. You go to crank it over and it hits that hump and then it don't want to go no more.
I've replaced so many of those on those big single cylinders.
Yep.
I replaced one on a mower that had 23 hours on it not too long ago.
And see, I don't have much experience with the bigger mowers or push mowers. Most of my small engine stuff is literally like the 212 style motors that go on the go-karts and mini bikes. And that's all 100% self-taught from watching Redbeard's garage when he used to do tutorials instead of all these elaborate builds he does now.
That's right, Scott. If I bought a big personal mower, it'd be a Skag. Turf Tiger, probably. Like a lot of us that work on mowers, like my personal mower, ZTR, I used to mow my lawn right now. You know, all the switches are bypassed on it. It smokes real bad, and you have to mess with it to get it going because I'm too busy doing other stuff to work on my own mower.
And there's Ed with a $2 holla.
What's up, Ed? Mexicoin!
Theo has officially left the chat, so I will say it in his honor. The Honda Ridgeline is not a truck, Ed. In fact, I took a screenshot of something. I sent it to both Theo and Ed earlier today. So Ideal Cars on not Facebook, YouTube was doing a survey. Come on. Worst truck drivers, Honda Ridgeliners by 48%.
Oh. But that's something I've been thinking
Hey,
about
Scott,
getting into.
I was at a truck stop the other day when it was windy and snowy. The snow was blowing sideways. And one of the truck drivers in the truck stop said a Swift driver must have brought the snow with him.
We actually got snow today. It like legitimately snowed here in eastern North Carolina, like, and everything shut down. There was a car that ran into the river.
South Florida.
Huh?
Can you imagine it down in the 20s down there?
No, they had to put socks on. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all the way over here, Scott. That's all the way over there in Florida. I'm all the way over here. There's about 20 hours difference. Bocce, Gladiator. That's right, Breezy. It's a soccer's mom's ride. A Karen's ride.
Mm-hmm.
When I was working at the diesel shop, we had a few of those big old Ford excursions come in, and every one of them was owned by officer wives. I mean, they're cool. I would love to own one, but they're all owned by officer wives.
William, I know exactly where Taylorsville is.
Oh, I was gonna tell y'all before I forget. I probably won't be going live next week, Saturday, because my uncle will be down from Ohio.
Well, if you don't, I will.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Because Adam would be lonely. He would have nothing to do on Saturday.
I know. I'll just be standing out here, not talking to anyone, just waiting. After seeing how stable your camera was on your video today, Ken, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, me too. And it was, the camera's charging, but I just put that little GoPro mount right up on the top of it. And I mean, I've got to angle it up a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. It was the first time I'd ever done it or used it. But yeah, that stabilization thing. And I mean, I was bouncing all over the place. It was a lot worse than what it looked. Yeah, I was very impressed with that camera.
Yeah, because I want to do more videos.
Really,
if I mount my current camera to the blade, it vibrates so bad you can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
That might work well for that.
Scott, here in a military town, they only know one haircut.
Mm-hmm.
You go pay $7 to a Korean. I'm gonna shave your head. Y'all got a lot of Koreans over there, Ken?
No, a lot of Filipino.
Really? Here's a
Yeah,
lot of Koreans.
I don't know what it is. People can get mad at me for saying it, but people like guys in the Navy like to marry Filipino women.
Yeah. Um. Who is he?
What's going on, Wayne Hatfield?
God, I haven't seen him in a while, but he was a chef in the Navy. He used to come on all the live streams.
I don't know. That was before my time.
Scott, you know who I'm talking about? He used to be in all the live streams. He lived in Washington. Then he moved back to Michigan, where he originally was from. What is his name? I'm forgetting. I haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, he was married. He's married to a Filipino. She actually got stuck because she always goes back. She always goes back once a year or something like that, or every so often. And she got stuck over there a while after the COVID thing happened, because she got stuck over there when it first happened, and they completely stopped all travels. So I think it took her a few months to get. They finally got her back home.
Breezy, what are you talking about? If you look at a shadow, very impressive. I might have missed something.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if Ed's awake. See if Ed's awake. He's probably not. He's probably in bed. You know Ed. He's Polar Bear Ed.
Hey, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Robert. You missed it. We was talking about trade schools. Robert hasn't talked about it in a while, but if you actually ask Robert, he's actually went to school for something totally different than what he does working for his family dealership.
So Dancing Alone with Reynolds, that dude cracks me up with some of his comments, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy reading them. He asked, "Do you ever get together? Tractor shows, auctions? Are you talking about the three of us, or like us separately with other stuff like that in our area?"
We're so far apart. Like if we was closer, we'd probably be hanging out all the time. See,
I got you, Breezy.
Engineer. But we don't trust him because he's an engineer. You know, Ed the OTEC guy says, "Trust me, I'm an engineer." Do we really trust engineers?
Yeah, no, it would be kind of hard for the three of us to actually get together. But I told my wife the next time I'm in Texas to plan for an extra 2 days of being there, because I'm going to stop by and see some people.
All right, I messaged Polar Bear Ed, but you know him. He's probably in bed. It is bed for old people. He used to stay up late, but he's a party pooper now.
So Dancing Alone with Reynolds, Polar Bear Ed and Marcus Sandy from Twisted V Twin Garage, they did a YouTube trip where they went around to a bunch of different people. So Brandon and Bocce and them, and I think Mater's Workshop and Crystal and them, they all met up at one point in time. And then they continued on, hit Cajun Coin Hunter in Louisiana, and then they hit some people up in Virginia that they know too. But who you see here right now, I think Bocce and maybe one other in the chat actually have met Brandon outside of here.
Yeah, I'm pretty not famous, really. You know, actually, I met a few. I met Bocce. I met Ronald. I don't know where Ronald is. I met Roger. I go to Rogers all the time. It's pretty cool because I got to me and Roger are friends with a couple of bigger YouTubers, and I've actually got to meet a lot of some bigger YouTubers like A Bomb, Do Right's Fabrication, Keith Rucker, a lot of cool YouTubers. Hand Tool Rescue, um, Jimmy Dresta, met him. So I got to meet a lot of pretty cool people helping out. We do got to meet up with Cass. We got because he's just like he's right there.
You know, I haven't met any other YouTubers. So Stella from the lawnmower lady, she was the closest one to me. Until just recently, Freedom Mowers is actually maybe 45 minutes south of me. So he does a lot of actual small engine repair for a living. And we're going to kind of try to figure out some sort of something or other to do YouTube wise together. And then Brailsford's rides, he's got the Boss 302 Mustang and then a Fox Body Mustang. He pops into some of our chats and stuff periodically.
Yeah.
He's local to me too, like real local. We tried to meet up one night, but he had an emergency plumbing issue. And then there's another guy called the Yellow Fox Body guy he's kind of an older crazy coot, I've met him once or twice at some of the car shows, but I'll be honest with you, I hate Mustangs. I am not a Mustang fan whatsoever. If I saw one on fire, I wouldn't piss on it to put it out. I wouldn't waste the time and energy. But they're local YouTubers, so I support them and their channel because of that. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, William, yes, I'm just north of Wilmington by Camp Lejeune.
So the event I was talking about at Denton Alone is a festival we had a couple of years ago. I actually got me and Roger helped set it up, but it was called the Good of the Land Fest. Justin from Good of the Land, it was his festival, and he had all these big YouTubers. It was a really cool time. Oh, and he ain't here, but I'll mention him anyway. I almost forgot. Roy from Christ Center Ironworks, which is a real cool guy. If you like blacksmithing, he's a cool guy. He makes it look easy, but it's not that easy.
Yeah, no. So when Cars and Cameras does their mini mayhem event this year, we'll be out there for that. So we're going to get to meet them and a few other people. And then there's another small channel, less than 700 subscribers, called Rattle Cans Customs. They're out near Fayetteville, North Carolina. They might be at the mini bike race this weekend, so I might get to meet them.
I've met Jason from Fireball Tool and that Will Blacksmith guy.
Oh, Will
that was with the other blacksmith guy. Stilton or something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I met Jamie several times even. He's a really busy person dancing. I don't know if he'll ever start back again, but it really was a fun time. So maybe one day he will start back at the festival or the event again. It was pretty fun.
I'm going to invite Ken and Brandon to my birthday party, and we'll see who my real YouTube friends are.
That's a long ride to Washington. I thought of the same thing. I was like, I'm going to invite everybody to my 30th birthday party, but nobody will come.
Yeah, because we're literally here, here, and then up here.
Yeah.
We're pretty well spread apart.
I was gonna do a whole festival. I was gonna do my own festival. I was gonna call it BS Fest.
You do it every Saturday night.
Right.
But yeah, I think a big YouTube meetup would be cool. Like,
Yeah, I want to do one. I'm just waiting for the day that you get out of school and you have some time to travel. Maybe
mhm.
we could do like a meetup at like an off-road park.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
William, I'm in southeast Washington, just about 20 minutes from the Oregon border. Tri-City area, if you're familiar with it.
Gary, last year I went to Ohio. This year they're coming here. Oh, yeah, Bocce. Ohio's too cold. Hopefully they don't bring the code down with them when they come down. They're leaving out Thursday and driving down here.
I'll tell you what, when I do that mini bike race this upcoming Saturday, I'm going to have layers on. I'm going to have gloves on. I'm going to have a beanie on under my helmet. Riding around that pond and that wind whipping over across it the other day, man, that was some coldness that I had never felt before.
Whoa, 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 Danson. We're not Amish now. We all cuss too
Barn
much.
raising. uh,
But that's
True,
the
Robert.
idea.
There's only really one city in Oregon. Everyone there's nuts.
But that is kind of a good idea. I could when I buy land and get ready to build a shop, I could just do a barn raising party. Free
we all
labor.
show up thinking we're going to race mini bikes and go-karts and ATVs and stuff. And it's like, here's your tool belt. We're raising a barn today. I have not heard of him, Jeff's
Yeah, I
little
haven't
thing.
either.
I'm about to find out, though.
There I.
Well, there he is. Well, he's not little. He's got 47.4 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers.
I wish I was that big.
I know, right? Y'all, I just got my first YouTube check the other day. My first one ever.
Did you went and blow it all in one place?
Nope,
they
I haven't
do a
touched
physical check, or is it direct deposit?
They direct deposited into a banking account, checking account that I forgot all the password information to. I had to call them and get it reset, and then finally ordered a debit card so I could start using it now that I have money in there. But yeah, it took me almost 5. Yeah, it was 5 months now of being monetized to get $118 put into my account.
Breezy's right. Polly! How did I forget that, Breezy? Thank you, Breezy.
Yeah, I've heard of them before too.
Yeah.
What about them?
He was a cook in the Navy, and then I think he was when he got out, he was a mess hall cook. If you watch his channel, he always has some good food. I always heard the Navy eats better than the rest of the military because of their chefs. Really?
The Air Force.
Really?
Hands down, it's the Air Force. Because I've eaten at all of them. At, obviously, Marine Corps mess halls. Then I've eaten at the mess halls for the Army. And it's not a mess hall or a chow hall for the Air Force. It's a dining facility. and they will correct you on that. And they have like people that will literally come up like in a restaurant and pick your trays up and stuff and refill your drinks and stuff for you.
That's crazy.
We have like chandeliers and stuff like that.
Just about, man. It's crazy. Absolutely built over bot. The Chair Force is a country club.
That's what my brother was in the Air Force for a while.
All right, so my wife's not close enough to hear this. The Air Force women, it is a requirement for them to be hot to join the Air Force, and I'm gonna let it go at that.
Why did it get all quiet? Scott, we do not want to hear you Northerners always talking smack. We got a lot more cooler stuff here in the South, Scott.
We do.
Let's go on.
My neighbor was a submariner in the Navy for his entire naval career. And it's funny, he jokes, 400 men go down, 200 couples come up.
Scott, we'll start with food. Our barbecue is better, and we have sweet tea. And people in the South don't have a huge chip on their shoulder like a lot of people from up north do.
There was always a story my grandma told about my uncle. He was in his survival training in the military, and somehow they found a path that led him out of the field to McDonald's. That's how they survived their survival training. They found a McDonald's.
It's funny you say that. So one year for Christmas, my ex-wife got me tickets to Larry the Cable Guy. She got them for me at Christmas time for June of the next year. It was like June or July, somewhere around that time frame. And when it came time to actually go to the show, I was still active duty in the Marine Corps, and we were going to the field over the time frame. And I mean, those tickets were not cheap. So I talked to them, and they ended up letting me leave the field for the day to go to the concert venue place for it. And I went back to the field the next morning. You should have seen the bags of sausage McMuffins from McDonald's I was carrying. I probably had about 50 of them in there, and just carrying them, and I was passing them out to the different Marines because I got to leave and they didn't.
They get pizza ordered delivered out in the field here sometimes.
Yeah, the gut truck would always come around too, or we called it the Roach Coach. So it was always a Chevy 3500. Never saw a Dodge or a Ford. It was always a Chevy 3500, and it had this built box on the back of it, and the side awnings came up, and they had all sorts of food and stuff on it, man. When you saw the gut truck, it was awesome because after about 15 days of eating MREs, getting a hamburger and a new pack of cigarettes was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, Scott, you ain't ate at the right places, because
Yeah.
I've ate all over the South, and I've ate up north, and the South food, we got food here.
Now, I will say the pizza in New York, in upstate New York, where my family's originally from, is some of the best I've ever had. And so is their bread and pastries. And I think it deals with the water that they use when they make it.
Oh, I think Steven wants to know what's your favorite food when you was in the Marines.
My favorite was always the chili mac MRE, either that or the spaghetti, because I would take the jalapeno cheese that came with it and just like mix it all together. Those are my favorite. Now the worst one I ever had was the veggie omelet. The veggie omelet was some of the nastiest. I would rather open a can of Alpo dog food and just guzzle it down before I ate a veggie mac MRE.
I like how most MREs come with hot sauce. So if they taste nasty, you just pour a bunch of hot sauce in there. You won't taste it anyway.
Toxic water makes the bread taste better.
Charger.
I do agree. Pizza up north is better. I do agree on that. But I've been to these places up north, and I've been to these Mexican places up north that said they have Mexican food or barbecue.
It's not.
I went to a place in Florida. While it was okay barbecue, they said it was the Texas Destroyer. It was a brisket sandwich, and it was the hottest thing on the menu. And they put jalapeno peppers on there and said it was hot. I was like, I eat that for a snack. That's right, Dr. Lee.
Oh, I would tear some chicken fried steak up.
Yep. We got good barbecue here. Oh, liver. You had liver, Scott.
We have liver pudding.
My parents are big on fried chicken livers. I like the taste, but the aftertaste what gets me. I never did care for the aftertaste. But the gravy off of it tastes so good on mashed potatoes.
Barbecue mutton, I'm not quite sure what that is.
I'm not real sure either.
Stephen W. Doolittle is correct. The only good barbecue up there is in the backyard.
That's for you, Mike.
I'll eat liver. Liver and onions is awesome.
Here in Texas, and they do this a lot in other states. Here in Texas, it's almost a law. It's a crime to bake and they do this a lot up north, to bake or boil a brisket before putting it on the smoker. It has to be smoked all the way through. And that's what a lot of people in other states do, and it has no flavor. Like it just, when you do it that way, it just ruins all the flavor.
Yeah, it pulls it all out.
A brisket ends up coming out of the smoker looking black on the outside. But that's the best part. I love the smoked fat off a brisket. That's my favorite part of a brisket. Oh, it's smoked lamb. You know what? There's a few lamb farmers here.
Dancing in Washington is big.
So, built over by what's his? He's been up on the channel before too, right?
Yeah, Robert.
Robert. Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure I was addressing. So, Robert, I've never had a barbecue lamb, but when I worked at the sheriff's office, one of the guys was born and raised in Africa, and he had cooked lamb that he would bring in occasionally, and that was really good. What's going on, Backwards Mechanic?
Yeah, you're right, Mike Hodge, because the best meat comes from a smoker that's never been cleaned. It might sound nasty to people up north, but
you're right.
But a smoker can't be cleaned. You're right about that too, Dr. Lee. And up in Chicago, they got this thing. There's a place in Round Rock, Dr. Lee, if you ever go to Round Rock, called Wise Guys, and they got them. It's called an Italian beef sandwich, and that's pretty good. They dip it in the sauce, and it's really good.
Dancing alone. Most of Washington doesn't matter on the coast unless you play hacky sack or you love Bob Marley. I'm on the good side of Washington.
guy my dad used to know from the towing industry here, and he sold his company and went back to Washington State to reopen a tow company.
I had a buddy that I went to high school with. So I graduated in Northern Virginia my senior year for high school because my dad got stationed at Quantico, Virginia again. And one of the guys that I went to college, or not college, high school with, he, after a couple of years of being graduated, opened his own towing company, and it's called AB Camel Towing. And it literally has a picture of from the knees to the waist of a female, and there's a camel toe. That is the design on the side of his tow truck.
I have not, William. I have never entered one of those contests. There is a food truck or a pizza place up the road for me. That has the big,
Yes,
giant pizzas, and they have a contest if you eat it. We get that pizza every now and then. It's actually the best pizza we had in this area. Probably
Well
because
done,
Abby
David.
makes it from Chicago. Oh, Red Line Gary. Here he goes.
Uh-huh.
He's always
That's-
picking fights.
Yep.
Always starting. You always starting with the joke. It's gotta be the Joker. You'll never live that drunken night down.
No, I won't.
My content. I thought most of the Washington is gonna become part of Montana.
They always do things here where they're talking about splitting our state in half and joining us with Eastern Oregon and Idaho and all these weird things. It never gets far. You'd have to replace a lot of maps and globes if you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary. So Idaho.
Yes,
So we
Bocce,
should,
it
we're the
was.
reasonable side of the state.
Actually, I don't have a picture of it, but it is the pizza we have. They have to actually have custom boxes from here to like all the way over here. It's pretty big. It takes up the whole back bed of my dad's Ford Ranger, which I guess the Ford Ranger bed ain't very big in the first place. But
I was gonna say we have something like that too. There's a place called Monsters Pizza down here that does the huge sheets and they cuts them into little squares just like it.
yep. Well, I didn't know this, but I was informed by by a lot of people from Chicago that the only right way to cut a pizza in Chicago is in squares. They cut pizzas in squares in Chicago.
At the end of the day, it's all gonna end up in my stomach, so I don't care how you
Exactly.
cut it.
Sometimes I just roll up the whole pizza like a taco and just go at it.
I saw something. I've become a fan of TikTok. I have a TikTok now. I don't have a video yet, but I've got a TikTok, and boy, let me tell you what, I watched some redonkulous stuff on there. But somebody took a frozen pizza, thawed it out, layered bacon down, and then put the frozen pizza on, and then rolled it up and baked it for 30 minutes. It cooked the bacon and the pizza, and then they cut it, and it was like a spiral gooey goodness. I'm gonna try it.
Actually, my college. So back in the ghetto, or they call it the reservation instead of the ghetto in Middletown. Back when we lived in Middletown, yeah, right, like Gary, it was meth pipe. There was actually this drive-in liquor store that had a pizza restaurant in it. You might know what I'm talking about. It's like a white barn, but they actually had really, really good pizza. No, 710 was rigged. I didn't even know he's going to give it away. But in Ohio, I like that Giordano's or whatever. It's it's a Chicago place, but they have it in Ohio too. Yeah, by the river. You're right, Mike Hodge. You can smell the paper mill.
It really is, Robert. There's a lot of ridiculous stuff on there, but like I said, I have nothing to do with my time anymore. So
We're gonna go on there one day. Guys, and Ken's gonna be in short shorts and a crop top. It's gonna be over with, guys.
Hey, if I get paid, whatever.
Right?
It's like I always say to CP. I always tell CP in his live streams, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, that's right. $20 is $20.
It's easy
Money
to close your eyes and
welcome.
pretend.
This pizza uncut. When it came, he rolled it up and ate it like a taco. Oh, she has. She has seen me on it, and I think I maybe follow maybe like 8 people, and I think most of them are either on the screen or have been in the chat tonight.
I'm only there for Jehu mostly, because that's where I only post anymore. So that's mostly. And he always posts the good food. If there's going to be good food found, Jehu's going to find it. Hi, Money.
What's going on, Mike?
Money.
Money, have you got any more 9/11 pieces yet? I'm going to ask you every time I see you. That's like the only coin out of all the coin trading in business and show and tell that I've seen on YouTube. That is the only piece that I care anything about. All right, I'll ask you again next time. Raging Cajun got it on me last time. He gasped about it first. Pizza, hoagies, pizza, barbecue.
I'm telling you, all I have to do is get barbecue, pizza, and all that, and then I can do a barn raising. Everybody will come and help me build my new shop.
Mike Hodge, he's moved on to not unsubscribing because he doesn't like you, but if I get in cut off shorts. So have you guys ever seen, does anybody know what Marine Corps silkies are?
I do not.
No.
Okay. So it is all I have worn since 2004.
It's going to look like those old basketball shorts from like the 70s and 80s.
Not even. Let me see if I can get something.
Is it like a Speedo?
It's a couple of threads more than a Speedo.
Oh.
So on my road, there is now 7 coffee shops. They should change the road from Clear Creek to the Coffee Road.
So I'm trying to find a not so homo picture. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll go with this one.
I think we need to, at this point, we should point out, we don't care what sexual preference you are. Unless it directly affects our lives, we don't care. There. I think we politically corrected it.
Okay, so I'm going to share this. Is that the silk teddy they gave Marines after they eat too many crayons? No, it's not. Oh, no, not shorty shorts. Yes, Renegade. Yes. So this is a silky marsh, Brandon, and this is what how short the shorts are, and that's small enough to where it's not very invasive, and bocce doesn't disappear for a couple of minutes. I wear those as underwear every single day, and I've got American flag ones. I've bought some that have like pineapples and stuff on them, and then just solid black ones. But yeah, they are extremely short.
Oh, here it goes. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, here comes the picking.
So somebody said something and it made me think about it. But yeah, I wear those every single day because they are the most comfortable anything. Oh, somebody said something about me running around in short shorts. That's what it was. And I literally have them on. Yeah. So.
Okay, Mike Hodge, I'll see you tomorrow.
Other fans account again.
Hey, I think if all these women influencers could get away with it on there,
yes,
the men should be able to get away with it too.
We need to start a channel called Dad Bod, and then just have like a bunch of people put their shit up or their stuff up on it. I do wear
very
short
true,
shorts.
Very true.
Hey, so I thought about it. Those tractor parts and all these projects I got, they just don't pay for themselves. So like you said, $20 is $20.
Yep. Is there really a Dad Bod channel? And why would you know that? We got off tangent.
Yeah, well, it happens. We've been going for almost 2 hours, so
it started with the comment that I make to CP every time I'm in his chat, just to rile him up.
Man, CP didn't come in here, so I couldn't ask him if when he's gonna start his Harbor Freight tool truck. This got to really get him going.
Robert's at 50 cents is 50 cents.
Robert,
it never hurts to close your eyes and pretend sometimes.
Right? Nice switches.
Let's see. Oh, no. I don't have the one. Robert Waters, Robert Waters says, I can let you up if Ken and Adam's okay, Money. I can let you up for a few minutes. We're probably going to end this in about, what do you say, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes.
Mike Hodge, I Googled them, but I will and have done those silky marches before. And usually it's to raise awareness for veteran suicide and stuff like that. So that's how I knew where to get the picture from. Like, in all seriousness, all jokes set aside. That's what that march was, that picture from Google and the website. It was to raise awareness to veteran suicide. Army also stands for aren't ready for Marines yet, Ronald.
All right. So y'all didn't tell me. Are you okay with before we end, Money getting up here for a few minutes?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. We're well past our time.
Yeah.
We're talking about me wearing short shorts. Let's see what Money can bring to the table.
Right. Because we're going to end this probably another 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, we need to change the subject, or I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Give a Ken in those short shorts.
We're going to slowly watch the viewers drop down because of Just short. Just go.
The like button's gonna start going away. We're gonna be down to 1. And that's just bocce.
Some things will go down, other things will go up.
Hey, Botch will watch anything. She watched my live stream for 4 hours straight of just 3D printer running with no sound.
If there was a YouTube award for the best support channel, she would get it.
Yeah, Bocce deserves an award. What's up, Money?
Shorts. What the hell
Go
did I
on,
walk
Mike.
into with the damn holiness? And William, next time you invite me over to a channel, I swear to God, make sure it ain't talking about men and bootyness stuff.
Bocce.
We're dying. I'm just kidding. All right.
Oh Lord.
No, yeah, I was over at another channel. This is normally my main sell day. That's why I wasn't over earlier. But did a lot of selling today though. Sold what? Shit, 13, 15 ounces, a bunch of slabs, and some gold today. Apparently now I'm all out of. Anyway, that's a good problem to have. But anyway, no, William wanted me to come over and see if anybody wanted to in on this kilo game, and he wanted me to give everybody an update of where it's at for those that are in on it. We are at 164 official on the game, and then unofficial brings it to 4, 6, 10, 30, 45, 48. So over 200 spots are already filled. Plus, we're giving away 4 barber halves. These 4 barber halves will be given away before the stream. They're just barber half dollars. Jake, shut up. I'm on stream. You tell your kid to zip it sometime. And we are giving away the gram of gold at the end of the stream. And we are giving away 8 ounces of regular silver throughout the stream.
Oh, awesome.
So you do not have to be present to win the kilo if you buy into it. You do have to be present to win any of the silver, the barbers, or the gold in chat. You will have to be there for those. So that is what we're doing. We don't have an official date yet of when we're doing the stream, just when it fills up. After it fills up, it's probably going to be a week or so after that to give everybody time to make plans to be there and things of that nature. 710, any 1 grammars? I don't know, 710. Any 1 grammars?
710. What was that channel stream that I ended up in the other night? They were racing Cupid dolls and stuff on.
They were racing what?
Cupid dolls on like this computer screen. This chick picked the Cupid.
It might have been. There's something going around with the coin channels right now that they really love games, and they're loving races. And you can do races of zombies.
Found it buried. That's what it was.
And you can do races with emojis, anything, clowns. It doesn't matter. And
somehow I ended up. It was Found It Buried was the name of the channel.
So even for those, even if you guys don't collect silver, which I know a lot of you guys don't. This right here, let me just tell you what $5 can get you. I'm gonna break it down into tools. Let me break it down. This right here will get you a 13 drawer Craftsman new tool chest, and you'll be able to fill all 13 drawers with different snap-ons and still have money left over.
That sounds like a dream.
No, I just got everybody's attention on that. They're like, oh, hell no. What the hell did he just say? Yeah, so that's what this damn thing can get you because it is a kilo and it is a perfect coin. So that's why he has me over here trying to get you guys. Because even if you guys just took this down to a local coin dealer and didn't know anything about it, he'd be giving you $2,300 before you could even. That's what he would offer you. You could probably negotiate higher.
Yeah.
Because that's where I would be buying it at.
Mowers and Blowers outdone's in the chat.
So
What's up, Rich?
So yeah, that's hey 710, hey Gary. I know there's a lot of you guys in on it. There's some of you guys not sure what it is. I have some of you guys on the unofficial list, which is fine. I just letting you guys know what's going on with it. As long as we're not talking about booty shorts, so Adam can sleep tonight, we'll be fine.
Hey guys, hey William, can you post Money's link again in the chat for everybody?
Yeah, because if you guys don't have it, you guys might want to get me. Even if you guys don't want to buy into this, you guys still come and hang out, and you guys will still be able to win some of that free silver and stuff. While you're there. So, well, I'm not pushing anybody to this. I know the people that will want to get in on it. I'm just letting you guys know that's where we're at with it so far. And the first people that pay me, even if you're on the unofficial list, and the first people that pay me, they're the ones going on the main list. To about little under 200 spots are left. 710. So we're over halfway there on the game, which is not bad because getting 400 spots done on YouTube is not an easy feat anywhere.
So, Mowers and Blowers asked on eBay they're selling that coin cheaper. I don't know if I would trust when it comes to buying silver from a place like eBay. I think that's something you probably should go through a coin dealer to buy. There's probably a lot of fakes on eBay.
Yeah. Okay, so on eBay they are selling that coin cheaper. Why? So the reason they're selling that coin cheaper is because that is either a starting bid. If it's a buy it now, they don't realize what they have, or be very careful because usually if it's too good to be true, that means it usually is, and it's probably not real. So just be very careful when you're buying on YouTube. When you start buying bigger pieces of silver, gold, when you start dishing out a lot of money for something. Now, when you're buying, say a $30, $40 round, pretty much all of them are going to be real. But when you start buying $3,000 to $4,000 for a piece of something, be very careful who you're buying from. Make sure you trust them, know them, or someone. Not necessarily 710, because I could go to my LCS on Monday and show you a fake kilo where the first 2 centimeters all the way around is silver, but right in the center you drill a hole, it's nothing but lead. And the reason he knew this is because it didn't weigh correctly. So you just got to be careful with it. I mean, there's fakes everywhere, unfortunately, and that's just the world we live in. It sucks. That's why even pawn shops, they when you bring stuff in, they test it and then retest it again because. So. Steven, we're going to fill the spots. I'm not worried about filling the spots because I got a lot of people in the coin community that are on the unofficial list too. And I just got random people that haven't even told me anything. Like I had 3 different people today just send me money in and put in the notes that on my Cashapp that, hey, for 2 spots or whatever. And I'm just like, who? And I had to figure out who it was because it didn't match their YouTube name. And I finally figured out who they were. So the word of mouth is getting around. It's just people are just getting in on it. A lot of people. So I'm not worried about if this is going to fill or not, Stephen, because I literally thought this was going to take about a month and a half or more anyway when I first started it. But we're only just now starting tomorrow. We'll be 2 weeks in, and we're over half done already. So yeah. I was going to say, you can. When it comes to my reputation, there's plenty of guys out here that you guys talk to.
I don't question anything like that about you, man. I've been around you.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying not me, but I'm just saying for those that might not know me, Redline, I've sent him over 10 packages already. I've even sent Ed, the old tech guy. He's got 3 more in the mail from me right now that haven't even been delivered yet.
We better not tell Ed you're here. He'll be spending.
Man, Ed'll be trying to. Hey, Money, what you got tonight? Well, Ed'll be pissed out of luck because I don't have anything really cheap tonight. Oh, Gary, I'm just doing this now for shits and giggles with him. Haha, I got 3 more in.
So
After-
dealing with goat and stuff, my brother-in-law has been buying a lot of broken goat and stuff. Is it worth melting it down or selling as is?
Melt it down if you can. If you can. It's hard when you start unless you know how to separate your 18, your 14, your 10 carat and stuff like that. This is why when you sell it to coin shops or stuff like that, they literally just turn right around and sell it to a refinery. They don't melt it down themselves. They turn around and sell it to a
he's got
refinery.
it in. He's always pawn shopping, and he's got it in with these people at the pawn shop. They like him so much in there because he spends so much money, and instead of, I don't know why they don't scrap it themselves, but they sell it to him. So he's been buying it from them.
There we go. Yeah. Mowers and blowers. If I wink, he's gonna no, because I'm just going to be sending this out. Because that's the way the game's working. And then there's I've actually got people that are on the coin community. There's one guy. If he wins this, he's already put out there. If he wins this, it's the next trade day, which is where I was at a different channel on trade day, and he said this is going to get traded for 100 ounces of silver. That's just what he's doing. I mean, for people that melt it down, it's a good thing, but you just have to know you don't want to mix your 18 karat with your 14 karat and melt it in the same thing. You got to
have a goat test kit and separate them in piles.
Is very essential to that. Usually, if people melt gold, which is not that many, they're usually melting just 3 9s or 24 karat, so they don't have to deal with the whole impurities inside the pour or whatever they do. So, but no, that's it.
We've been on for 2 hours now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about calling it a night.
Well.
I've been over here. I've been over there. I've been selling for the last 8 hours. I'm tired. And I didn't buy that much today. Why?
Mexicoin. Y'all keep bringing up the Mexicoin dancing. Those are being made right now. It is so hard. I'm going to need another printer. That Ed's been selling so many of them that I'm going to need another printer just to keep up with the supply and demand of this. It's crazy.
Take
What
care,
is
Renegade.
Mexicoin? Okay, give me 1 second. I'll go get a Mexicoin. I think we have enough time for you to do that.
Yeah.
The Mexicoin is something Ed the Old
It's a free taco.
Brandon is working with him on it. And it started
Yeah,
out
it's like
the
a
other
gag
night, Ed's
thing.
live stream. I gave him a $2 super chat for the Mexicoin to get one, and it went all the way up to $49.99. That's what Cast with Speed Ranch donated to him for it.
Yeah, mowers and blowers, you definitely don't want to melt this, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so you are right. A kilo of silver, you're looking at around, okay, after your premiums on top of that, you're probably going to be paying about $750 to $800 for one. Storage is saying. But that right there, first of all, it's graded by NGC. That's one of the top grading companies. Secondly, it's an MS70. So this is a perfect coin. You cannot get any higher than a 70. It's like getting a baseball or a comic book or something like that as a 10. It doesn't get any better than that. And then an early release just adds more value to it, because that means once this came out in 2013, they made it. It got shipped to somebody as a private buyer. They didn't even open the box. They sent it straight to NGC to grade it so they could get that early release. So it's this label is what jumps it up so much in this holder. It's basically collector value is mainly what this is, and that's what dealers pay for. Anything big like this slabbed is what
So, money with those stickers on there, that's like the validation of it being legit.
This is the validation that it is what I'm over here telling you it is.
Yes, and I take your word for that one is. But has anybody ever faked the sticker validation?
Mexicoin. Taco.
One time. I'll show you that in a minute. Yes, there are fake slabs out there, and I'll show you how you can tell.
Oh, let me get my softball solo.
Okay, so how you can tell if they're fake, you have to download what is the NGC app. You see that serial number right there? Okay.
Yep.
That serial number, if you go to scan it, it will come up telling you it's an invalid number or it's flagged as stolen or something like that. That means it's more than likely a fake label. Don't walk away, run. Someone either stole it, faked the label, or it's a fake piece of metal, whatever they're trying to sell you. Now, as far as this one goes,
Dancing Alone, yeah, that was the one that I started it off. So Ed was trying to sell them for 50 cents. I put a $2 super sticker, and then Cats from Speed Wrench, one that donated $49.99 towards it.
Oh, I don't even know why I have it on stand. It'll stand up by itself.
It takes an hour to print this, Robert. I was trying to print three at one time, but it didn't turn out too good.
Sheesh.
So I'm gonna have to print one at a time.
Okay, so we get this a lot with NGC. So here it is. This is the verification on the NGC. So it would be red if it was stolen or fake or anything like that. It'd be a red label right there. The price guide is unavailable, but they're saying there's only 82 in this grade in the world. That's what they're telling you. There's more than 82 made, but in this grade, this is how many that in this world. And there's no grades higher because it is the top population. And that's how you know if it's real or fake when you scan something like that.
I don't write off sure no, Robert. I got to do at least 10 by Monday, I got to at least do 10, but there's probably more than 10. Ed didn't give me the official list, but I think there's like 10.
And yes, that is correct, Stephen. You can call the company and they do have it on file, but they will not tell you unless it's one that you own or that you have it with you. And they won't ask you how do you own it or how do you buy it, blah, blah, blah. They just want to make sure that you have the label with you. You'd have to take a picture and show it to them that you have it in your possession. You're not asking a question on somebody else's stuff. So, and mainly what that is used for is dealers. That's a dealer line for people to call in to make sure that, like, say, one of you guys came to my table and brought a bunch of slab coins, like, small slab stuff like this to sell me. But half of them were stolen, half of them weren't. And if I was a little fishy about it, there's a number that we can call and we can find out if they're stolen. We have to give them our dealer ID number, which is our dealer license for being a coin dealer. And they'll give us the information that way. But just being a
His fault.
So.
I'm sorry, what was that, Brandon?
Shell asked who turned the heat off, and I said it was Ken.
Yeah. But I got to get out of here, guys. I've got 51 minutes to take an intro to criminal justice.
Yeah, I got to get off here, too. This shop is getting very, very cold, so I'm going to get off here and go in the house. Adam's like, you don't know code. You're in the South.
Well, William and Gary, I'm not going to go live tonight. I've been over here on YouTube all day long. If anything, I might go live tomorrow evening just to chit chat for a minute if anybody wants to join. I don't know what you guys normally do, but I just pick certain random days and just go with it. But yes, it is a $5 a spot, and everybody gets up to 20 spots, no more than 20, because I keep it fair for everybody. The only rules I have with it is
We did.
You're known on YouTube. Your kids are known, your wife, or something of that nature. Not every YouTuber has to know you that's going to be in this game, but as long as there's more than 2 people saying, yes, I know this person, or I've seen these people,
Take care, Mowers
that
and
counts.
Blowers.
Later, Rich.
So, have a good night. Thanks, everybody.
Anytime.
Have a good night, Brandon. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, take care, Mike.
So I will not be going live next weekend on my channel, but LNR is talking about going live on his channel around the same time. I got family coming in from out of town, so I just ain't gonna have time to be live. Don't get to see them that often. So anyway, guys, it's been a good time. I think we talked a bit of a topic. It wasn't as planned as we should have it planned, but been a busy week.
Mm-hmm.
We need to pick times before the next big one and make sure we do another meeting like we did that one time. So anyway, guys, appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Everybody else, Eleanor and King or Adam can say their goodbyes.
Take care, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to hit that like button real quick, like if you haven't done so yet.
Oh, and Adam with the
I'll
last
do it for Adam. Bye. Oh, there
everybody.
you go. Adam with a 1999 holla. Actually, I won't have a problem sleeping tonight. Think of getting his short shorts as long as I don't sleep on my stomach. Oh, there's no way I'm going to focus on this test after that.
All right, guys. Night, everyone.
Take care, guys.